Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 185 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh. We've got a great show in store for you today. We don't want you to turn away. We've got an amazing house or a townhome that we're going to take a look at in the farmers market, and a really great renovated in the M Streets. And if you don't know where the M Streets are, you'll want to stay tuned.
And in our second segment, we're going to talk about the Greenland Hills neighborhood, the history of that, and also about the M Street Conservation District.
So lots to talk about, lots to share, and it's all really great information. Whether you're from Dallas or you're looking to relocate, we've got some great information for you. So this is a great week that we've just been through, aside from the craziest heat. I think yesterday was the longest day of the year, and typically we are not in the hundreds, and we've had, I don't know, 10 to 20 days in the hundreds, it feels like.
We only had 7.
It feels more because it's been 99 and 97, so it's a lot. One of the things that I saw on Facebook today, and I wanted to share it with you, is one of my good friends in San Antonio does portraits, and he does a really great job. His name is Eric Fonseca, and it's with Kofa Productions, and he has the coolest idea that he'll paint from a picture or a still life, and we'll send this to you, and you can kind of collaborate with him and come up with a really great set of specific home or pet or friends. Actually, I did one for Jeff a long time ago, and I had both your dogs, all three of your dogs,
all three of the dogs in it,
2 of your friends, and Adrian in it. And it was so crazy because we actually took pictures of the dog pillows and also your deer head, and he was able to work them all into it. So with that being said, if you're looking for really great gifts, bookmark this because it's a great idea and it's a one of a kind.
You know, and we did that. Adrian had one done also.
Oh, that's
that was
right.
Our friends group, and it was so cool. I mean, he really is able to capture like the real personality of people.
He does a great job, and it's got that mid-century modern feel. It's really cool. One of my good friends, Karen, she did one of herself, and she did Wonder Woman in a pool on a pink flamingo float. It was really funny. Karen, if you're watching,
I got
send
to
us a
see
picture of that. It is cute.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I also want to say a quick shout out to Mallory Kate Smith, my favorite niece. She actually turns 16 today.
Wow.
And I believe, let's say 20 minutes ago, she started the driving portion of her driver's license. And I texted her this morning. I was like, AKA freedom. So it's exciting for her.
Mallory, pull out your phone while you're doing the test.
Send us a picture. Send us a picture.
See how that goes.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, she's great. I didn't realize today was her birthday.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. I sent her a text this morning. Also, I think you had a really interesting observation, and I think all homeowners need to know about what the Sahara dust can do.
Oh my gosh. So I'm really good about changing my air filters every 30 days. It has like been ingrained in me for so long. We had an air conditioning guy that we worked with forever, and that was one of his big things every time he went somewhere is don't buy the most expensive filters, buy the medium grade filters, replace them every 30 days. Yes, it's going to cost you money, but at the end of the day, it makes so much sense. Well, I replace mine traditionally about the first of the month because that's kind of my timer. You know, make the house payment, replace the air filter.
You're so good.
And my air conditioner just wasn't blowing that well this week. And so I went and pulled the filters out, and they were absolutely filled with this Saharan dust that we have been going through here.
That is so interesting because I wouldn't expect that. And I actually am having my HVAC guy come back out this afternoon, and I am going to crawl up and let you know if I have the same thing. But that is an interesting take, and it's not normally like that.
No, it's really not. 30 days is usually a good amount of time, but this was, it was just one of those interesting experiences where it caused it.
We will see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to transition and talk about the Market Watch and what we like to do.
You didn't ask me what I did over the weekend.
Oh, Jeff, sorry.
Oh, I floated down the Guadalupe. Sorry, Ben. I went and floated down the Guadalupe with a bunch of friends. So
good for you.
It was
Did you get
fun.
sunburnt?
No, I'm really good. I can get an initial burn in the summer, and then after that, as long as I apply sunscreen, you know, it stays with me. I applied it one time before we got in the water. We were in the sun for 3 hours or so, and
I'll ask the question because everybody at home is thinking this that's watching. How many times did you turn over?
I only did one time, and it was when I was getting out. It was because I misjudged how deep the water was right there at the get out point.
So you stepped down and just kept stepping down and went thump, thump. Good for you.
And I can attest that iPhone 13s are waterproof.
Okay. Well, good deal. I love that. Good trip. Good time. It was a great hot weekend to be floating.
It really was.
For sure.
So let's go into Market Watch.
So Market Watch, what we like to do is we change the colors because it's hot and these are hot colors. We want to look at what has happened in Dallas County in the last 7 days and compare it to the last week. And so when we take a look at coming soon, this is when the house isn't on the market, no showings can be booked. This is only available inside MLS. It's not on Zillow. It's not on our website. And so we can see that there is an increase of this 138 this month, up 28%, that actually have added that status. And you scooch over. Did you want to add something?
I was going to say that if you want to see coming soons, reach out to us because we can set up a search that sends you the coming soons, but that is the only way that you would be able to see them.
That's a great point. It is absolutely true. And it gets you ahead of the curve. So when we look at new active listings, they're up 8%, which is 592. And this is really great because last week we were up 6%. In episode 183, we were up 13%. And in episode 182, we were up 15%. So inventory is coming in and it's great. And then if we move over to option period, this is when we've got everything worked out in the contract. Both buyer and seller agreed to the terms of the contract. And it is now in that option period where we do our due diligence and we start doing inspections. And that's also up 10% to 379.
Pendings are also up 10%. There were 271 in the last week. The week prior to that, there were 240. Sold properties are up by 13%, and that is 383 compared to 339 last week. But I would bet that not next week, but the week, the week after, we will see that sold number pop.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have experienced the increase in the interest rates, but maybe had their loan locked before. I know we've got a couple of clients that had a loan locked previous to them going up the way that they have, and those deals are definitely going to close.
Yep. So as Jeff was saying that we can actually send you the coming soons in a portal, we can also send you all of that data for whatever geographic, zip code, school district that you're interested in. Just let us know. We make that happen all the time, and it really does help you get a working knowledge of what is actually happening in that neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can set it, any status that is an active status, we can have sent to you. So if you want to watch as properties go under contract, as they go to out of the option period into an active contingent status, we can send that to you.
And the other thing too that's great is a lot of times we do quick market analysis for people, which will actually break down like the data and not always just the fluff. And you can see everything side by side to help even get more granular if that's what you need. So what's the first house, Jeff?
Our first house today is 544 South Pearl Expressway, and this is in Farmers Market. This is such a fantastic area. If you have not been down to the Farmers Market in many years or never before, go. It is well worth going to. The Farmers Market has changed pretty dramatically over the last 10 years, but I think many of the changes have been for the good. The Farmers Market now has one building that is set up just specifically as it's called the Market, and it's really great. I'm sorry, Ben, I threw you off on that. So the Market, so the Market is a 26,000 square foot food hall, artisan vendor market. There are restaurants in there. There are lots of arts and crafts, all kinds of things to look at and go through. They also still have the traditional farmers market where you can go buy fresh produce, nuts, spices, all kinds of things in there, and it's a great Saturday or Sunday morning experience to have.
Absolutely. I love this area. When I actually first moved to Dallas in 2008, none of this existed, and there were only 5,000 people registered as living downtown. Now it's well over, I think, 15,000 that live there. One of the other great draws in this area is Rubiel's. Did I say that right?
Rebels.
And Rebels is an amazing nursery that is in the heart of downtown right here. And one of the amazing things is it's actually you get a view of all of these plants from the unit we're going to talk about. It has everything from bougainvilleas, shrubs, it's
Tropical
got,
plants.
yeah, it's got an excellent, if you like succulents, inside this little spot right here called the garden shop, excellent succulents, also air plants. So
This started in 1984 as a vendor in the farmers market, and the family grew and worked, and the entire family works in this, and to the point now that they own almost an entire, well, not almost, they own an entire city block, and it is still family run. I love going down there just because of the beauty of it.
oh yeah, go get your Starbucks, walk around, and then head into the market and grab lunch. It is amazing.
One of the other great items to go to downtown is the AT&T Discovery District. This is the district that was created right around the new AT&T headquarters when they moved here several years ago. This is such an exciting place to go. It is truly a destination where you've got the Exchange, which is the drinks and dining and food hall. You've also got Jackson, which is a restaurant that is exterior to that. The media wall is really, if you've not experienced it in person, go do it. It consists of more than 9,000 square feet of futuristic color, high definition displays on a 104-foot high wall.
And it wraps. It is the most amazing thing. So it is a family-friendly area. It is well patrolled. It is lit up like a Christmas tree down there. I guarantee you, everyone is going to find food that they want to eat, and the theater is right down there as well.
And when you step into the food hall, my first experience at a food hall was when we went to, it was on our Scandinavian trip. I think it was in Copenhagen. And I'd never really been into that environment where you have the kind of the small booths where they're actually all set up as kitchens and serve, and being able to walk up and order from the counter. This is really great because it's got such a variety of food. If you go down here as a group of people, there is something everybody's going to be happy about.
Absolutely. Plenty of parking. There also, of course, it's Dallas. There is valet.
Yeah.
So great place. So let's take a look at 544 South Pearl Expressway. This is a 3-bedroom, 3 full, 1 half, 2-car garage right over 2,800 square feet. And as you can see, it is a classic brownstone walk-up. They did such a great job on the outside, and then as you'll see on the inside, the owners have done an immaculate job.
They really have. They've created this entry. This is almost like the mudroom that you would find in single-family homes, but it's really created a vibe when you come in that is much more of the home as opposed to living in a townhome in an urban environment.
Yep. And downstairs you saw we had 1 bedroom, and then you have the full bath down. This one is unique in that it also has a elevator. The elevator starts on the first, goes to the second, and up the third. And as we talk about some of the interior upgrades, you'll see that all the stairs have this really great natural fiber runner up them.
And as you come up the stairs, you have the entire floor is open space. They've done an excellent job with these cabinets. They've used the 48-inch plus the 24-inch cabinets on top, 12-foot ceilings on this level, the intricate tile, not only backsplash, but they've done the entire, 2 entire walls of the kitchen with it.
Absolutely. And all of the appliances are also Bosch, and they are high end. This family loves to cook, and as you can see here, they've got the island in a different color, both on the stain of the cabinets and also on the countertop, which is a really great addition. And it transitions really seamlessly from dining room into a great living space. And as you can see, they have plenty of seating all the way around, and they've really done some excellent finishes, both with the chandelier and with the large fan there.
They really have, and I think they've really captured the scale of a lot of those things. Many times, people get one that's a little big or a little small. The designer in this has done an excellent job with that. The plantation shutters pretty much throughout the entire home still allow a lot of light in because you're in that really urban environment. where you don't have people right on top of you. And then they've continued a lot of those details, like with the jute rugs going up to the 3rd floor.
One of the great things about this that we didn't point out in the kitchen is that over there, the kitchen, there's a sink is a window that actually looks over the courtyard. So it's not like you're looking into someone else's room. This is the master, and this is a great view. One of the things we want to point out is that from that bed, you have an excellent unobstructed view of downtown. So it is a highlight that is very specific to this unit.
Double sink vanity in the bathroom. This has an oversized shower, which was one of the upgrades they did. That is a jetted tub you see there to the right. Again, you've got really great light. Plantation shutters give you the privacy if that's what you want, but the tile that they've used, the cabinetry, the countertops are amazing.
The closets are amazing. As you can see, we've got uppers, lowers, dressers, all built in. And then we're going to transition into one of the other bedrooms, and it is also ensuite. Again, nice high ceilings, can lights, plantation shutters. There is no skimping in this unit, both with the quartz on the countertop. They have upgraded the mirrors as well. And then you have large 24 by 24. And talk about a garage.
Yeah.
Talk about a garage.
This is a total man cave.
Oh my gosh.
Fully air conditioned, fully insulated. That is an insulated garage door. And then when you go up to the 4th floor on this one, you've got such amazing views. These people have also installed a cover that you can see right there to the top that mechanically comes out and fully covers that rooftop deck, and really gives you that additional time to spend there, where many times with the rooftop deck, you don't get to go out there June, July, August, September, October.
And one of the best things is that this actually has a big park that is being built in around there. And we all know that the parks, as they build in, it really adds value and equity into these houses at a rate that rarely anything else does.
It does. And this is the private pool in that complex. So 544 South Pearl Expressway, 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 1 half bath, 2-car garage, built in 2016, just over 2,800 square feet. It's offered at $1,250,000, which is an amazing price for what you get in this unit. And we would like to say thank you to Matt Edwards for letting us talk about his home.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we're going to do is in the comments, there's a link to this property. Click on that link, go through the pictures as you like, share the link if you'd want to, zoom in and zoom out on that map so you get a better idea of what's happening in that area. And if you need to take a look at it, let us know, and we'd be happy to make that happen.
And our next property?
Let's talk about it. 5123 Vanderbilt Avenue. This one, love this area. I love both of the areas. I love both the houses. They're very different, but this is also fun to talk about.
It is, and this is a really great location just off of Central Expressway. You've got a lot of access here, whether it's 75 into downtown, 75 out through the Richardson corridor. You're kind of halfway between going to 635 or down to Woodall Rogers, which either of those can get you out to DFW very easily.
I used to live close to this area, and I called it epicenter adjacent. So whether it was Lois Greenville, whether it was Uptown, whether you're headed over to Mockingbird Station, if you're heading into SMU, you have plenty of ways to get in and around this area. Again, great north, south, east, west highways to get you around. If you're not from Dallas, just know that Love Field is probably a short 15 minutes away. And if you need to get to DFW, maybe 30, 35 minutes away.
At the most.
And you forget, or I do, when you're from Dallas, how amazing it is not to have to stack on additional travel time to and from the airport. So great place.
And this is super close to the Knox-Henderson Avenue area. Knox-Henderson is one of the city's most vibrant nightlife districts. It's got Tex-Mex restaurants, upscale gastropubs. It's got the Old Monk. It has just a variety of places that you can go and enjoy.
The porch is amazing, and Tay-Tay is right beside it. Get that grilled rice ball. It is amazing.
Go ahead.
And then the other thing around here is SMU, as we said. So SMU is a great, amazing university. And we were talking about the other day when we were driving through, how many times is a university in one of the nicest areas in Dallas? This is a great place. If you're an adjunct professor, whether you're a professor, or if you're lucky enough to have parents to buy you a house to use as your dorm, this is a great place. Easy and close.
And right there on the campus is the George W. Bush Presidential Library. If you've not experienced this, it is worth going through, whether you're Republican, Democrat. The exhibits that they have are really incredible here.
Do you remember we went one spring and it was a little too cold for it to be outside, and we went and listened to Smirkanish host his live POTUS channel there, because he's also pushing his book. It was really good.
Really was.
It was cold.
So 5123 Vanderbilt Avenue is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, a little over 2,000 square feet, and it is such a great drive up. It's truly amazing.
It is. They have done a great job of keeping the charm in this renovation. So many times it is lost or it's just befuddled. They have knocked it out. Great brick here that is accented by a roof line. The ceiling of wood, and it's also air conditioned, which is a really unique way. You can leave that front door unlocked so that if they have deliveries from Prime or UPS, this is a great place to leave them.
And this was a renovated home that has added about 1,000 square feet. And the really great thing about this home is that everything you can't see has already been redone,
which is amazing.
Re-insulated. It has been rewired with new electrical, new plumbing, new roof. It is just all of the heavy lifting is done.
And I love the fact that they're showing it to you in an element which so many of today's buyers want to live. Easy transitions. The kitchen is a focal point in this house. And as you can see here, it is simple. It is clean lined. They did a great job of putting floating shelves in and still gave us plenty of upper cabinets, because I feel like that can get really confusing at times.
It really can. And the continuity of this house from front to back is really, really well done. When they did the addition, they continued the pier and beam foundation on it, which when we walk through homes that maybe part of it's pier beam and part of it's slab, we can feel it.
Yeah.
And this one's got that continuity that you can't. All of the windows have been replaced. This is the front bedroom, which is used as an office. This could really be a 4-bedroom if you wanted it to.
100%, because they've got the closets, they've got the doors that you need. None of them are pass-through bedrooms, which is also a really great element. That's sometimes how people hide that 4th bedroom. And as you can see here, we've got vessel sinks, nice framed mirror, and you've got the gridded pattern run on the vertical, which is also a really nice design feature. And as we transition into a well-lit access to the backyard master bedroom.
Great sized room. That's a king size bed. The bathroom is done just immaculately. Double sink vanity there with the raised sinks. Again, they brought that vertical tile into the master shower, which to me really says they paid a lot of attention to detail, because you don't think about it, but you feel it as you go room to room.
And then as we transition to the backyard, you can see already a deck in place, nice board-on-board fence, tree canopy, which you cannot buy. It is either there or it is not. This is a really great yard, and one of the excellent things that we noticed about this is that many of the neighbors have built detached garages that have alley access. So if this looks like something you're interested in, it is 5123 Vanderbilt Avenue, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 1928 but recently renovated. It is just under 2,100 square feet, priced at $849, which is $479 a foot. And we want to say thank you so much to Frada for allowing us to feature her home. It is amazing.
It really is. So if you'd like to see more pictures, click on the links below. If you would like to have any additional information, certainly reach out to us. And if you want to see it, we would be happy to make that happen. And with that, we'll be right back. There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com, where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223. Welcome to the second segment, episode 185, Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh. And today we have decided, because of that wonderful home we just featured on Vanderbilt in the neighborhood of Greenland Hills. We wanted to talk about the history of this neighborhood and what makes it one of the treasures inside of Dallas.
Greenland Hills was really started, was in the 1920s, where there was a part of a farm that was bought and subdivided out. And once it was subdivided out, they began selling sections of the neighborhood to different builders.
And it was two brothers that decided that they wanted to do this. And the most interesting thing is that the concept of the architecture was to have more of a European feel, because so many of the buyers were returning from World War I, and they were accustomed to this. And so you will see as you go through this neighborhood, some of the most charming, amazing homes. There's lots and lots of architecture. I always call it Craftsman Bungalow, and I guess I'm wrong because it has so much European flair to it.
There's kind of a crossover between some of that. So I can definitely see why you call it that.
Yeah, and so if you're not from here, if you're from here, let's talk about who loves to move into this neighborhood. So a lot of times what we see people who transition from uptown into this because it's a natural progression, and then a lot of times we see the downsizers.
That's true. And one of the other really cool things about this neighborhood was that Greenland Hills was built all at one time.
Yeah.
And many neighborhoods were not built that way. They were built in phases or different sections of them, but the owners or the people that developed Greenland Hills wanted it all built at one time. And
because of the uniqueness of this neighborhood, there is also a conservation district that has been overlaid on this. And so a conservation does a great job of preserving the natural integrity. You need to make sure that you're comfortable living inside of a conservation district, right?
Yeah.
Because it can get a little sticky. They can control everything from windows to the material that you use on the outside, even down to the paint colors and the amount of front and backyard that you have fenced.
And this is within walking distance to the Knox-Henderson district that we talked about earlier, that has such an array of restaurants and entertainment venues, live music, beer halls. There's just everything there.
One of the main streets that this neighborhood... What was it?
In an Apple store.
In an Apple store. One of the other things too is that this neighborhood backs up against Greenville, and Greenville is a very historic street in the Dallas area and is home to, I think, one of the longest running St. Patty's Day parades. And so if you're into these gatherings, there's tons of them in this neighborhood. It truly does feel like a very small old town neighborhood here.
It really does. And if there is any other questions you have about Greenland Hills or any other information you like, please give us a call. We'd be happy to provide that to you. Gosh, I'm losing my blah 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 today.
And with that, we'll be back next week, same time. And remember, we want to be realtors for life.